children, coming back to your SST class. Now, last week you people have wanted me to give a gap so that you can jot down all the question answers of your previous chapters which you have not yet done. So that's why I have given you 1 week time. Now from today, your new class and with new chapter I am going to start. Today I am going to take you history class, lesson 2, socialism in Europe and Russia. Okay, so first you tell me what is socialism. Socialism is a word which is derived from the word society. The policies, the process or the procedures which we normally follow during remaining in a society, that is socialism. We all know that when we are going to school, when we are reading under an institution, then certain protocol is there, certain criteria is there, certain process is there through which we have to go through, and that is a system. And socialism is also like that. When we are residing in a society, then we have to follow some norms, some manners, some etiquettes which will help us to maintain a society or to maintain a curriculum or a process or balance in a society. So in the previous chapter you have read about the powerful ideas of freedom and equality in the French Revolution. Now this chapter is about socialism in Europe and Russia. Now there were 3 classes of people: liberals, radicals and conservatives. Now let's see what actually these 3 categories of people were, what were their nature and how did they belong in the society. So one of the group which looked to change society was liberals. Liberals wanted a nation which tolerated all religions. We should remember that at that time European states usually discriminated in favor of one religion or another. Liberals also opposed. Okay, now who were liberals? Who had tried or who had the responsibility or who had taken the responsibility by their own to maintain or bring a change in the society, and they were, according to them, every religion, every people of every class were equal, same. So we should remember that European studies usually discriminated in favor of one religion. Now religionism was also there. People were biased towards one religion. Bias मतलब जब इंसान किसी एक रिलीजन को सपोर्ट करता है और दूसरे रिलीजन्स को नेग्लेक्ट करता है, दैट इज़ बायसनेस. उस रिलीजन की कोई खामी, कोई गलती, कोई बुरा नेचर आपको नज़र नहीं आता क्योंकि आप उसे सपोर्ट करते हैं, दैट इज़ बायसनेस. ओके, सो liberals also opposed the uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They wanted to safeguard the rights of individual against government. They argued for a representative elected parliamentary government subject to laws interpreted by well-trained judiciary that was independent of rulers and officials. However, they were not democrats. Who were democrats? Democrats are the people who support democracy. ठीक है, वो लोग डेमोक्रेटिक नहीं थे, लेकिन वो लोग पीपल के लिए काम करना चाहते थे. They wanted to work in support of the people and they did not want then any people should be deprived of what they should get. जो उनको मिलना चाहिए उनसे उनको डिप्राइवेशन ना हो, किसी भी तरह से उनको रिमूव ना कर दिया जाए कि उनका हक, उनका अधिकार उनको ना मिले. Okay, so however they were not democrats. They did not believe in universal adult franchise. वो लोग यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट फ्रेंचाइज में बिलीव नहीं करते थे. उनके लिए पीपल का राइट पीपल के सपोर्ट में बात करना, पीपल के लिए चलना, दैट वॉज मच मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट देन दैट ऑफ बीइंग अ डेमोक्रेटिक person. Okay, they felt men of property meant mainly should have the vote. They also did not want the vote for women. But उन लोगों को लगता था votes should only be given by men. Women or girls should not have the right to give vote. तो अल्टीमेटली डेमोक्रेटिक वो लोग नहीं थे क्योंकि women were not equal in their rights. लड़कियां हैं, घर में रहेंगी, घर का काम संभालेंगी, बाकी किसी काम में उनका पार्टिसिपेशन नॉट अलाउड. Understand? So, in contrast, radicals wanted a nation in which government was based on the majority of a country's population. Many supported women's suffrage movement. Women's suffrage movement, which is a movement which is in support or against the women suffrage. Ladies were getting suffrages, they were suffering, and for against to them or in revolution to them, these movements were being taken place. Unlike liberals, they opposed the privilege of great landowners, wealthy factory owners. They were not against the existence of private property, but disliked concentration of property in hands of a few. Whereas radicals को लगता था कि कुछ लोगों के अंडर में प्रॉपर्टी होगा और बाकी लोग विदाउट प्रॉपर्टी दे विल वर्क अंडर सम पीपल. ये गलत बात है. एवरीबडी शुड हैव देयर ओन प्रॉपर्टी और सबका राइट, सबका पावर इक्वल होना चाहिए, so that there will be a balance in the society that will help in existing a good socialism in the society, a good balance in the among the people residing in the society. Now next comes conservatives. Conservatives were opposed to radical and liberal. After the French Revolution, however, even conservative had opened their mind to need for change. Earlier in the 18th century, conservative had been generally opposed to the idea of change. By the 19th century, they accepted that some change was inevitable, but believed that past had to be respected and change too had to be brought about through a slow process. Such differing ideas about societal change clashed during the social and political turmoil that followed the French Revolution. Radicals को लगता था चेंजेस शुड बी देयर, लेकिन सबके हाथ में पावर होना चाहिए. लिबरल्स को लगता था ओनली मैन शुड गेट द पावर, और कंजर्वेटिव को लगता था ना तो लिबरल ठीक है ना रेडिकल ठीक है. चेंजेस आर रिक्वायर्ड, लेकिन इस तरह से क्विक चेंजेस नहीं. गिव सम स्पेस टू द पीपल, गिव सम टाइम टू द कॉमन पीपल so that they can make themselves adapted to the changes or the forthcoming changes, so that a society can have a healthy future. So radical, liberal and conservative, these three are having turmoil, clash, they are having a difference in their opinion. और इसी के चलते वहाँ पर वापस after the French Revolution there was a clash among the three classes of people remaining in the society. So industrial society and social changes. So धीरे धीरे there was changes, people got improvement, got development on industries. The phase of industrialization started. So when the phases of industrialization started, now few people were there who were holding the position, who were having the power, and some maximum were working under them. That brought a huge change in the society. Those people who were having the power, they started to dominate the people who were working under them. जो लोग मेरे अंडर में काम कर रहे हैं, मैं उनको डोमिनेट कर रही हूँ और कर रहा हूँ in such a way that they will feel exhausted. I am ruining them. I am not giving them proper wage. Maximum amount of people were getting work. They were working under industry, but they were not being waged properly. They were not getting foods properly. In your page number 27, you can see a picture. The London poor in the mid-19th century are seen by the contemporary. Poor people were having their own part, और उसी part के चलते in that phase only they were allowed to remain. Their class, their standard, their category was completely different or completely isolated than that of the people remaining in the high class society. Political trends were sign of a new time. We all know that. It was a time of profound social economic changes. Industrialization brought men, women and children to factories. Now, the people who were against the working of women, they were now without any choice of getting women involved in the factories, because huge amount of workers there, people were less, men were not in great number, so people were required to get themselves involved in the factory. And not only women, children were also getting job in the factory. Almost all industries were the property of individual. Liberal, radical themselves were often property owners and employers. Now, as the radicals told that only few people were having the property, due to industrialization, maximum people were the owner of property. Now, having made their wealth through industrial ventures and industrial workout, they achieved workforce and economically they became sound and strong. And when people are becoming sound and strong in economically, that is in wealthily, so they are having a position in the society itself. So some nationalists, liberal and radicals wanted revolutions to put an end to the kind of government established in Europe. So changes are there, अलग अलग changes आ रहे हैं, people का mind change हो रहा है, इसीलिए गवर्नमेंट में भी चेंजेस आए. गवर्नमेंट भी कुछ नए पॉलिसीज़, नए सपोर्ट्स लॉन्च करना चाहते थे, जिसके लिए people were getting good space for their future. लेकिन कुछ नेशनलिस्ट थे जो इस बात के अगेंस्ट में थे. They did not want this change in the government. They wanted dominating government as it was earlier. So next will be the coming of socialism to Europe. Now, this much part should be very clear and distinct to you all. So go through this part nicely. Read very, very concentratively so that no questions, no queries, no doubt should be there. I'll be back with you all soon with the coming of socialism in Europe. Till then, take care, read nicely and be healthy. Okay children? Bye-bye.